Raymond Floyd was a star who physically couldn't swing like most. Yet despite his intimidating presence and sharp, often controversial remarks, his greatness on the course was undeniable. Behind the criticisms and fierce attitude was a man who etched his name as one of the best golfers to ever play the game. Floyd was hot-headed, and his confrontational nature often led to controversies. During the 1991 Ryder Cup, one of the most intense moments in golfing history unfolded when he found himself in a heated confrontation with Seve Ballesteros. It all started when Ballesteros was accused of coughing during the American player's backswings, something that's considered a serious distraction in golf. Now, if you know anything about golf, you know that concentration is everything, and a small disruption can mess up a player's entire shot. So naturally, tensions were running high. The atmosphere during that Ryder Cup, known as the War on the Shore, was already thick with rivalry and competitive fire, and this only added more fuel to the fire. Floyd, already known for his no-nonsense attitude, wasn't one to back down when he felt something was unfair. He confronted Ballesteros right there on the course, calling him out for the coughing incident. The exchange wasn't just a casual chat, it was fiery and full of emotion, reflecting the high-stakes drama that was unfolding in front of the crowds. The incident didn't just highlight a personal clash between the two men, but it also symbolized the broader tensions of the Ryder Cup at that time, with players fiercely representing their countries, each determined to secure victory at all costs. But this wasn't the only time his fiery personality stirred up controversy. In 2021, Floyd didn't hold back when it came to commenting on Phil Mickelson's involvement with the Saudi-backed LIV Golf League. Floyd, who was never one to shy away from sharing his opinions, was quite vocal about his thoughts on Mickelson's decision to join the new league. He raised some serious questions about Mickelson's motives, suggesting that the star golfer was making choices based more on financial gain than on the values that traditionally define the sport of golf. Floyd pointed out that Mickelson's move seemed to be driven by money rather than preserving the integrity of the game that had made him a household name. For Floyd, this wasn't just about a golfer switching tours. It was about the bigger picture of how such decisions impacted the sport. He felt that Mickelson's actions were undermining the traditional values of golf, which in Floyd's view were built on respect, loyalty, and a commitment to the history of the game. This sparked plenty of conversation within the golfing community, as many saw his comments as a harsh critique of Mickelson's choices, while others felt it was just another example of his straightforward, no-nonsense approach to the sport. His remarks weren't just a result of the heat of the moment. Floyd had long been known for his intense presence and at times his intimidating demeanor on the golf course. From the moment he steps onto the green, it's clear that Floyd isn't just there to play, he's there to win, and he'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. For some, this was exactly what made him such a fierce competitor. His focus, no-nonsense attitude gave him an edge and a mental toughness that set him apart. Many considered this part of his gamesmanship, using every tool in his arsenal, including his psychological tactics, to get the upper hand on his opponents. But not everyone saw it that way. There were plenty of critics who felt that Floyd's approach crossed the line from fierce competition to something less admirable. They viewed his actions as unsportsmanlike, as if he was using his intensity and, at times, his intimidating behavior to unsettle his fellow players, making the game feel less about skill and more about mind games. For these critics, his style wasn't something to be admired. It was something that disrupted the true spirit of golf, a sport that's known for its tradition of respect and sportsmanship. So while some saw his demeanor as an essential part of his success, others questioned whether his approach was truly in line with the values of the game. Despite his intimidating nature, he was one of the greatest golfers of all time, known for his exceptional skills. From a very young age, Floyd showed an incredible ability to play golf with both hands, something that set him apart from many of his peers. While most golfers are either right-handed or left-handed, he was unique in his ability to swing with either hand. And he didn't just do it as a party trick. He was genuinely skilled at it, and this ambidexterity became one of his trademarks. As a kid, he used this unusual talent to his advantage in more ways than one. He didn't just practice with both hands for fun, he found a way to turn it into a competitive edge. In fact, he would often take advantage of this ability to hustle older players in local matches, surprising them with his unpredictable swings. While many of these older golfers expected him to struggle, Floyd would outplay them, winning money and building his reputation. It wasn't just about the money for him, it was about proving himself and showing that he was a force to be reckoned with, no matter who he was up against. With the help of his exceptional talent, he achieved success at a very young age. At just 20 years old, he won his first PGA Tour event, a remarkable achievement that set him apart from many of his peers. Winning so young wasn't something that happened every day, especially during a time when the tour was filled with seasoned veterans. His victory didn't just make him one of the youngest winners in the history of the tour, it made people sit up and take notice of this young talent who was already making waves in a game traditionally dominated by older, more experienced players. Floyd's early success was a sign of things to come. His victory at such a young age wasn't just a fluke. It was the beginning of a career that would see him rise to the top of the golf world. At that point, he proved that he had the skill, focus, and determination to compete with the best of them. His success wasn't unexpected, as golf was in his genes. His father, L.B., had a long 21-year career in the U.S. Army, much of which was spent at Fort Bragg, where he worked as the golf pro at the enlisted men's course. After finishing high school at Fayetteville High in 1960, Floyd was already well known for his talents in both golf and baseball. He actually had an offer to pitch for the Cleveland Indians, but instead he chose to attend the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. However, his time there was short-lived, as he only stayed for one semester before deciding to pursue his passion for golf full-time. After turning professional in 1961, Floyd quickly made a name for himself on the PGA Tour. It didn't take long for him to claim his first victory. Just 2 years later, at the young age of 20, he won the St. Petersburg Open Invitational in Florida in March 1963, earning $3,500. His career was truly remarkable, full of unforgettable moments and impressive achievements. He kicked things off with a bang, winning his first major, the PGA Championship, in 1969. But that was just the start. In 1976, he went on to win the Masters with a dominant 8-stroke victory, which really showed the world what he was capable of. Then in 1982, he made history once again with a stunning 63 in the opening round of the PGA Championship at Southern Hills, the lowest round ever in a major until 2017. That year, he finished second in the world rankings, just behind Tom Watson, and if the rankings were calculated the way they are today, Floyd would have been world number one. His final major win came in 1986 at the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills. At 43 years old, he made a fantastic comeback to claim the victory, becoming the oldest U.S. Open champion at that time. One major that Floyd could never quite capture was the Open Championship. His best finish came in 1978 when he tied for second at St. Andrews, just behind Jack Nicklaus. Even in his later years, he didn't slow down. In 1992, at the age of 49, he won his last PGA Tour event at the Doral Ryder Open, making him one of the oldest to ever win a tour event. He didn't stop there. Floyd also found success on the Senior PGA Tour, winning 14 times, including 4 senior majors. His drive and passion for the game never wavered, and he was rightfully inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 1989. His legacy is one of consistency, competitiveness, and greatness that has left a lasting mark on the sport. And that wraps up today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.